All right, okay. Mr. Long, back with another flipped lesson video session, and back by popular demand. And we are going to continue to talk about the verb gustar. So let's start it off. I'll remove my picture, excuse me. On this slide, we have the verb gustar and similar verbs, aburrir and interesar. Obviously, gustar, smiling, to like, Beyonce, Mr. Iron Man, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., to bore, aburrir, Iggy Azalea, interesar, to interest. So let's continue on. Let's start with the lesson. As I always do, let's review what we did last time. The verb gustar means to like. Me gusta or me gustan means I like. We all know this. If I like one item, I would use me gusta. Me gusta mi profesor de español. I like my Spanish teacher. Oh yeah. If I like more than one item, I would use me gustan. Me gustan los partidos. I like the games. Full screen. Te gusta or te gustan means you like. So, if you like one item, you would use te gusta. Te gusta mi profesor de español? Do you like my Spanish teacher? We obviously know the answer to that. Obviously, C. Next one. If you like more than one item, you would use te gustan. Te gustan los partidos? Do you like the games? Now, we're going to talk about interesar and aburrir, which function very similar to gustar. Exactly the same, actually. Interesar, aburrir. Gustar means to like or to be pleasing to. So, me gusta la clase means I like the class, but it literally means the class pleases me. In English, we don't say the class pleases me. We say I like the class. But in Spanish, that's how they express it. Interesar, aburrir make a bit more sense than gustar when we first use them. So let's get into it. Interesar, to interest. Aburrir, to bore. Me interesa la clase. The class interests me. One thing. Me aburre la clase. The class bores me. One thing. So think about it. What is doing the boring here? The class. We're not talking about I. It's not I. I don't bore, so that's why we don't use yo, nor is interesa in the yo form. It is in the third person, he, she, or it form. La clase interesa. So the class interests me. So when you translate it, it's kind of backwards. And we're talking about one thing. Notice the ending. Me aburre la clase. ER verb. Excuse me, IR verb. The E there, the ending. Continue on. Me interesa el fútbol. Soccer interests me. One thing. A, third person. We're not talking about I interest. Soccer interests me. Soccer bores me. It's just an example. I was told by Miss Pichon, it's smart to be mad about this. It's just an example. One thing. Now, talking about more than one thing. Oh, look at those nice sentences. Ooh. Me interesan los deportes. Sports interest me. Now, look what happens to interesan. Interesan, excuse me. The AN ending is there because what is interesting? It's more than one thing. Sports. So therefore, the sports or sports interest me. Me aburren los deportes. IR verb. The sports bore me. EN ending. Remember, singular up top, one thing, more than one plural. Another example for you guys. Me aburren los equipos. I'm over here at the right. The teams bore me. More than one thing. Go over to the left. Me interesan los equipos. Plural, more than one thing, reflects it. The teams interest me. Not I interest. The teams interest me. So, last slide here. The verb gustar I want to go over. This is a very important one we're going to talk about right here. When conjugating two verbs, you do not conjugate the second verb. So, for example, no me gusta jugar el fútbol. Notice how me gusta, or in this case, no me gusta, I don't like. What happens to jugar? It's not conjugated. Me gusta hablar con mi profesor de español. Another great sentence. I like to talk to my Spanish teacher. Me gusta bailar en mi casa. I like to dance at my house. Notice, these verbs are not conjugated after gusta. And one last final thing I want to mention. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, remember, very important. Do not confuse me and me. Mi clase de español es muy interesante. My Spanish class is very interesting. Me interesa la clase de español. Spanish class interests me. Me means me in English, and me means my. Me in Spanish means my in English. Do not confuse these two. This is Mr. Bobby Long. Hope this helped you. Take care and have a good day.